Liam's courageous adventure in Neverland with Peter Pan. Once upon a time in the magical world of Neverland, there lived a boy named Liam who was 7 years old. Liam was an adventurous and brave boy who loved stories of daring heroes and thrilling adventures. Every night before bed, his imagination took flight, dreaming of distant lands and incredible journeys. One splendid evening, as Liam settled into bed, a tiny flickering light zoomed into his room. It was Tinker Bell, Peter Pan's best friend. And #8220, Liam and #8221, she whispered excitedly, and #8220, Peter needs your help, and #8221. Liam's eyes widened with excitement. And #8220, really? How can I help, and #8221, he asked eagerly. And #8220, Captain Hook is causing trouble in Neverland again, and #8221, Tinker Bell explained. And #8220, Peter Pan thinks you have the courage and heart to help him out, and #8221. Without a second thought, Liam nodded. And #8220, let's go save Neverland, and #8221, he exclaimed. Tinker Bell sprinkled her magical pixie dust over Liam, and suddenly, he began to float off the ground. And #8220, think happy thoughts, Liam, and #8221, she instructed. Liam thought of his family, his favorite dessert, banana split, and the adventures that awaited him. With a whoosh, they soared out of his window and into the starry night sky. As they flew across the moonlit sky, Liam could see the island of Neverland approaching. It was a place of endless wonder, with lush forests, sparkling lagoons, and towering mountains. They landed softly in a glade where Peter Pan was waiting. And #8220, Liam, it's great to see you, and #8221, Peter greeted warmly. And #8220, we need to stop Captain Hook before he captures the Neverland fairies, and #8221. And #8220, I'm ready, and #8221, Liam said confidently. He felt a surge of courage, knowing he was helping his heroes. Peter, Liam, and Tinker Bell hurried through the forest, their footsteps barely making a sound on the soft moss. Suddenly, they heard a loud crash and the chilling laugh of Captain Hook. And #8220, come out, Peter Pan. You won't escape me this time, and #8221. Peter signaled for Liam to follow. They approached Captain Hook's ship, the Jolly Roger, anchored in a hidden cove. And #8220, Liam, and #8221, Peter whispered, and #8220, you take the left side, and I'll take the right. Tink, you keep watch from above, and #8221. Liam crept along the ship's side, his heart pounding in his chest. He peered through a porthole and saw the fairies, trapped in a cage, their wings drooping sadly. Gathering his courage, Liam climbed aboard the ship. Captain Hook was pacing the deck, his hook glinting in the moonlight. And #8220, soon, Peter Pan will be no more, and #8221, he sneered. Liam took a deep breath. And #8220, hey, Hook, and #8221, he shouted as bravely as he could. And #8220, why don't you pick on someone your own size, and #8221. Hook spun around, his eyes narrowing. And #8220, who dares to challenge me, and #8221, he roared. Liam stood tall, despite the fear bubbling inside him. And #8220, I do, and #8221, he declared. Peter seized the distraction to free the fairies. They fluttered out of their cage, their bell-like laughter filling the air. Hook lunged at Liam, but Peter swooped in, his sword clashing against Hook's hook. And #8220, no one hurts my friends, and #8221, Peter said fiercely. Tinker Bell sprinkled more pixie dust, causing Hook to lose his balance. He stumbled backward, tripping over a loose plank. And hashtag 8220, I'll get you next time, Peter Pan, and hashtag 8221, he shouted as he fell into the sea with a splash. With Hook defeated, the fairies danced around Liam and Peter, their light shining brightly. And hashtag 8220, thank you, Liam, and hashtag 8221, one fairy said. And hashtag 8220, you were so brave, and hashtag 8221. Liam beamed with pride. And hashtag 8220, we did it together, and hashtag 8221, he replied modestly. Peter clapped Liam on the back. And hashtag 8220, you have the heart of a true hero, Liam. Never forget that, and hashtag 8221. They celebrated with a feast of banana splits in the fairy glen, surrounded by the twinkling lights of 1,000 fireflies. Liam knew he had made friends for life in Neverland. As dawn approached, it was time for Liam to return home. And hashtag 8220, will I ever see you again, and hashtag 8221, he asked Peter and Tinker Bell. And hashtag 8220, of course, and hashtag 8221, Peter said with a grin. And hashtag 8220, Neverland is always here for those with courage and imagination, and hashtag 8221. Tinker Bell escorted Liam back to his room, their flight illuminated by the rising sun. And hashtag 8220, thank you, Tink, and hashtag 8221, Liam said softly. And hashtag 8220, I'll never forget this adventure, and hashtag 8221. Tinker Bell smiled warmly. And hashtag 8220, just think happy thoughts, Liam, and you'll always find your way back to us, and hashtag 8221. With that, she disappeared in a sparkle of light. Liam snuggled into his bed, feeling braver and happier than ever. As he drifted off to sleep, he knew that the next adventure in Neverland was only a dream away.
Created by a kid and their parent using Talebot, click the link in the video description to create your own story.